Hello, everyone. It's 10:04 p.m. at night now. Excuse me. I didn't have to yawn a few seconds ago. But, so I went outside, I stepped out of here 3 times today, once to and, go get the police report and mail off the money order. And then, the second time when I went to go get the donuts, and then the third time I went to go get dinner, but so it was sometime after 11 o'clock I went to go get the donuts. And the donuts were kind of big, but they didn't taste, excuse me, they didn't even taste, they tasted like really, no better than, store-bought donuts, pretty much, I was kind of disappointed. But, the smell from the sugar glaze on the donut was lingering on my fingers for like a long time, even after washing my hands a couple of times. So, I got to make it a point to trim my nails before I get out of here. Excuse me. So, around 2 o'clock, I had the leftover beef fried rice from the other day. And then it was somewhere approximately 4 o'clock. I fell asleep. It probably sometime between 3 and 5. No, between 3 o'clock and 4:30, sometime around there, I fell asleep. And my sleep was spotty. And I think I woke up after 6 o'clock in the evening. And, with my funds being low, me going to a restaurant and, even with me being homeless, sometimes if I go to a restaurant, I have to eat an appetizer as a meal, or all I can afford is an appetizer. But sometimes the appetizer will fill me up like a meal, But dinner was extremely good, and I had some ice cream again. Helped me feel a little bit better, even though it ain't good for my health or my teeth. But, it helped me feel a little better, So, excuse me. And, so I went to, after dinner, I went to take a shower. And it felt like undeserved punishment for them to, the water was like, well, it was a slightly above lukewarm, but it was like approximately lukewarm water to take a shower. And the temperature, I put it like on the hottest setting or the highest setting, and the temperature did not change. But like I had a shower Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday night, not yesterday, and then today. I took one tonight, And I need to, just like I need to bring myself to trim my nails, I also need to do other kinds of self-care and hygiene, and also brush my teeth. Um, but, all this is, due to me suffering depression. But I was depressed even before the police incident, um, due to the targeting and forced homelessness and everything. So, excuse me. So, when I was taking my shower, they had the hotel neighbors above me that didn't walk like normal. It seemed like they made it a point to intentionally stump hard on each and every step of walking, you know, walking across the room, I guess. But, the gang stalking network wrongfully punished me with forced, undeserved, lukewarm water for me to take my shower. But the first few days, that I took my shower, it would start off like way too hot. And then I had to keep adjusting it. And then it would be lukewarm and then hot again, and then, but then Saturday, it started off hot and then got lukewarm and then hot again and then lukewarm and then wanted to militantly stay lukewarm. And I got so angry, I got mad and, just washed myself and I got the hell on out. But yeah, I don't remember if it was Wednesday. I mean, not Wednesday, not the first day. It probably was Friday that I was able to, when the water felt like the right temperature, and I was able to just sit down and just relax for a nice while, maybe 15 or 20 minutes, excuse me. And so, and then, like, I was trying to watch a YouTube video later on this afternoon. I mean, I'm sorry, tonight. And they had a perp passing by blasting loud music. Excuse me. So, but if it weren't for the $300 that I had to set aside, and then if it weren't for all these jail fees, court fees, this fee, that fee, and police report and body cam footage and all that, that could have been less money for me to have to ask for. And I could have paid for that $300 I could have paid for more hotel nights. And so, and then dealing with Uber rides and stuff in order to avoid more gang stalking, and harassment and setups and stuff like that, And then, like, as I said, like this morning, I had to take an Uber ride in order to get back here because I was not sure if I would have had enough funds for another night. But thankfully, I had just enough for one more night to stay here, Excuse me. And it looks like when I was trying to, like, tomorrow, like, it's not supposed to rain tomorrow, but super early Wednesday morning, like in the middle of the night, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, Wednesday morning, and all day Wednesday, it's supposed to rain really bad. So, and then I have no shelter overhead or nowhere to go. So, I was trying to see about if I can get help with 2 more nights. If I could get help with 2 more nights in the to stay in the hotel. You know, I was trying to get help with 2 more nights to stay in the hotel out of the rain. Excuse me. So, if it weren't for the donation that I got Friday, then, I would have been I probably wouldn't have the funds to get the police body cam footage. And I think that that's what the donation was meant to be used for, and I had some other little bit of funds or whatever. If it weren't for those little funds and also the donation from Friday afternoon, I would have, and me having to pay for things like I had to, I would have been broke I would have been broke already anyway. And I know I just got paid on the 3rd and now it's the 8th. And, if it weren't for that $300 total, I would be like I would have been completely out of my, definitely, excuse me, completely, out of my, I would have been completely, like, out of my Social Security and SSI funds, like, totally for the month, But if the jail situation wouldn't have happened, then, I'm pretty sure I probably could have had like at least $100 or so left over, and then I had the unexpected blank trip of $25, thinking that I was gonna go get my taxes done, and because the buses don't run in that area on Saturdays. So, excuse me. So, and I thought that the place was going to be open because that's what the website said. So, I'm trying to, before tomorrow morning, I'm sorry, before tomorrow afternoon, I'm trying to see if I can have help with enough funds for 2 more nights. So when I wasn't sure if I was gonna have enough funds left over after going. I would have had some funds left over, but I wasn't sure if it was enough for another hotel night. Because I originally was supposed to check out this morning, but I wasn't sure how much funds I would have left over, and so I excuse me, I paid for I paid for I had enough to pay for another night, and for the late breakfast, this with the donuts and milk, it costed $6.23 for the donuts and milk. And then I ate leftover rice, beef rice, for lunch. And then for dinner, my dinner was like under $15, you know. Excuse me. And it's like rough. Like, why is the satanic gang stalking network forcing me to live like this? I'm not even fortunate enough to be somebody that's homeless living in their vehicle. I don't even have a vehicle, and I'm a disabled female, like out in the open, out, what people will say, out in the elements. Excuse me. And and for people in society to not care if you die, So I forgot to mention on the police report, the fake officers, they also lied and said that, I guess if it was considered a victimless crime, they lied and said that society is the victim of my so-called crime. I forgot to mention that in this morning's video. Was it later this morning or earlier this afternoon? I guess it was this afternoon I did the video. The other video from this afternoon, when I said the cops lied on me, and thankfully one person gave me a thumbs up, but the online stalkers from that cult fraudulently and illegally gave me fake 10 thumbs down. Like, y'all been stalking and trying to control and thumbs down each and every video for years. But, well, I mean, because the online stalkers did what they, they made false police reports about me before. So when the fake Aquarian Doris perp said, oh yeah, that was me who made that police call, and I celebrated with red velvet cake and red wine or whatever, and she made sure to use the fake devil horns emoji. So when I was trying to tell the fake public offender about it, he tried to make like all that was irrelevant. But when I got the police report, the officers made no mention of somebody calling. So the stalkers, they lied this time. And sometimes they lie, sometimes they tell the truth. Or sometimes they brag about their crimes before they do it, and follow through with their threats and say, oh, this is not a threat, this is a warning. So, the gang stalking network, they try to catch you at your lowest and then try to make fake satanic offers. But the officers played a game, and they were perps. Excuse me, perps with narcissistic personalities. Well, they straight up psychopaths. And it's the truth. It's not defamatory that they're devil worshippers. They prove themselves to be satanic. Ooh, right when I said that, they hit me in my heart, the left side of my heart, with the directed energy weapons. So, excuse me. Dang. So, I mean, I don't even know. It's really scary with the fear that I would end up probably starving out and dying this month, since I can't panhandle. But the fake online criminal stalkers are making it like as if I'm forbidden and not allowed to panhandle. And they threaten me with jail if I were to panhandle. Excuse me. But other homeless people can panhandle on the streets. So, and they're not letting me have a job. And they're not letting me have peaceful housing. So, I can't believe the small town of Bloomington, Texas was so dangerous. For multiple reasons, I could not even stay in Bloomington, Texas. But I enjoyed, the only thing I liked about my experience in Bloomington, well, I was off the streets. But the only thing that I liked about Bloomington was being able to cook. Being able to cook my own food. But when I had my place in Pensacola for that 1 month, I was able to do that too. Cook my own food. But I really don't think that gang stalking and harassment is difficult to prove. But people just, you know, willfully turn a blind eye. Turn a blind eye. You know, and I talk all the time about how people try to grade me and judge me based on positive and negative. But, you know, our God in heaven is not going to send you to hell just because another person perceive of you to be negative. You know, excuse me. Wow, they really messed up my hairline. Look like, you know, but you know, it's like if you do right or if you do wrong, you know, um, well, we would go to hell for our sins, you know, not because we think positive or negative, but fake society wants to try to punish me, saying I'm so negative when I'm exposing the truth about what I'm going through. You know, so, um, if it weren't for the $300 that I have to set aside for the body cam footage, you know, I could have used those funds for my own hotel. But it's like I have to set that aside and be broke for an indefinite time for the rest of the month and be struggling all month, you know. And so, so yeah, like God would, send us to hell if we're not righteous or if we're not saved. But if we are saved, we go to heaven, you know. But, you know, with the Noah and the ark, I heard that the people thought that Noah was crazy and a crazy conspiracy. A lot of professed Christians who are against the New World Order, they use Noah and the Ark as an example of you know, if people thought Noah was crazy or being negative, you know, excuse me, they use that example. They would have called Noah crazy or full of negativity or paranoid, you know. And I heard the New Agers try to say that Jesus Christ was mean or a negative person. The New Agers, they try to say that. But they got so many fake Christians that run around with pictures with one eye symbolism that's deliberate. Or they will use the fake New Age 777. Or they talk about low energy and low vibrational people, which is New Age talk. Excuse me. So, but it doesn't even look like I could get a job anytime soon or so quickly. And I'm like really scared of like how I'm gonna survive this month. You know, so basically, the online perps had absolutely nothing to do with me getting wrongfully arrested. According to the police report, they had nothing to do with it. So, well, that's a good thing that they had nothing to do with it. But yeah, I mean, the officers lied and said that I was trying to hide and duck and stuff like that, or that I didn't listen to them. Like that, you said, get your stuff. I try to get my stuff, and you said, don't get your stuff. And I try to get my stuff anyway, trying to pack up and leave. And y'all just wanted to y'all were just hell bent on like thirsty for power and destruction. I mean, the Gretna police, well, all police, they're all the devil's servants. Because if you were a true Christian police officer, you would be a whistleblower and lose your job being a whistleblower. If you didn't, I mean, if you actually cared about not ruining lives, but dealing with and it's like right when the situation happened with my jail situation, that's when it's become all plastered all over the news about squatters' rights. And with the squatters' rights, they actually did breaking in and entering, and living inside of other people's current homes while other people will be on vacation or whatever. And they're not going to jail or prison, and they want to call it squatters' rights. But, the cops lied and said that the house was under construction when the house seems like it was pretty abandoned and vacant. Like, the house was not under construction. They lied about that, So basically, yeah, they said that society is a victim of my so-called harmless pseudo crime, and you know, I don't remember who it was that said that me not knowing, you know, that an abandoned house was still somebody's property, you know, that I don't remember who it was that said, "Oh, that's the stupidest thing I ever heard." But certain homeless druggies, they don't give a damn. I've seen homeless druggies, well, druggie or not. I've heard stories about homeless people who would sleep by a business at night, but then some of them make like they're respectful enough to get up like before 6 o'clock in the morning and pack up and then go somewhere. By a place that's an active business. Like after business hours close, then they go there to that spot and you know, but the young child underage officer, fake officer Allison Christiana, sat there and, try to talk about play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But she did the stupid childish thing to break my phone on purpose, and yeah, they rough handled and threw me against the car, and then was holding my wrist, both of them, and trying to frighten, scare, threaten, and intimidate me. Kept on threatening to slam me to the ground. And, what would cause for you to have that much rage at me? And then, to intentionally stomp, kick, and drag my jacket and throw my backpack, and all that was unnecessary. But it's like she was rubbing it in my face that she was doing it on purpose. That was pretty childish. I mean, you officers can't even act mature, but you expect me to behave a certain way. Y'all straight up bullies. And I called you bullies to your face, and I told you straight up you are not God. And you're younger than me. You're not, I mean, but yeah, they need to throw away Gretna police. Throw them away, please. Throw them away. But earlier this morning in one of my videos, I showed the Jefferson Parish Sheriff Office vehicle with one tail light, or was it one brake light? I don't remember. So yeah, Jefferson Parish Sheriff, they gang stalk too. Gretna Police gang stalk. New Orleans Police gang stalk. Pensacola Police and Escambia County Sheriff's gang stalk. Victoria and Bloomington, Texas Police, they gang stalk. And the ambulance and paramedics. And New Orleans RTA and Jefferson Transit, they gang stalk. And also Cincinnati, Ohio Police, they gang stalk. But even the bus transit system in Cincinnati, Ohio, they gang stalk as well. And the small, tiny little fake transportation in Bloomington, Texas, they gang stalk too. And Victoria, yeah, they gang stalk as well. So it's like y'all want me to suffer for this so-called crime when you are participating in a felony sex trafficking, gang stalking. So, Like ever since the police incident, I'm surprised. Well, later on that day, I wrote like a blog post, but like a few days ago, I think it was, I started. I mean, I wrote out a title. Excuse me, for a short story, but me struggling with more homelessness and everything, and dealing with the police and the court thing, and all these fake fees I have to be forced to pay. Um, you know, um, I mean, and for me to say that, like the cops lied and said that later on I mentioned that I was homeless, but at the beginning of the video, I told them I'm homeless with nowhere to go. Yeah, for sure. When they were a few seconds away from rough handling and jerking the phone out my hand and throwing and slamming my phone on the ground, and then rough handling and throwing me against the police vehicle and holding me there. And they were holding my wrist. And it looks like I was not under arrest, or they weren't going to arrest me. So what, if I would have answered the question that you wanted, you would have let me go? But they thought I was just being stupid the whole time, when I was like fight or flight syndrome, and like in strong fear and confusion and sleep, like days of sleep deprived. I was trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Or, I questioned whether or not the online perps made fake calls and lied, because they did it before. And so I was confused about everything. And it's like, well, I didn't know it was illegal because, my homeless experiences in Pensacola, Florida. And people want to say, oh, that's no excuse. No, you just want somebody to be, you sadistically just want somebody to be punished. All because you don't like somebody. But I mean, I don't even know if there's a such thing as this being over with, and for me to go on with my life, or is my life fucked forever? But if there's a such thing, I'm sitting here feeling like I can't wait till all this is over with. And people are telling me, don't let a public defender bully me into taking a plea deal. And then he tried to frighten, bully, and scare me, and try to make it like as if the judge dismisses no cases. Well, the officers committed police brutality towards me and my belongings, and kept threatening me and cursing me out. Excuse me. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to abuse me the way that they did. But I don't even know if the body cam footage will help or hurt my case. But knowing that this is gang stalking related, they will manipulate for the situation to where it make it look like it hurts me. But, I need the footage for my records, since they they knocked my phone out my hand. And otherwise, if I could have continued recording on my own phone, and if they wouldn't ruin my phone, I wouldn't have to pay such and such amount of money for the freaking body cam footage. But nothing's gonna happen to them for the threats that they made and the damage to my belongings that they did. They're evil. And me speaking the truth is not defamatory. But of course, they live for lying. You know, liars call truth defamation. But they swear that their lies is nothing but the truth. So I'm not gonna be on here that much longer. I have to use the bathroom. Hold up. So I'm emergently just suddenly had to use the bathroom really bad out of nowhere. So as promised, I'm gonna get off here. So thanks for listening to me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Keep me in your prayers.